everybody, my name is Meghan Shigo and I'm with Century 21 Affiliated. And if you've been thinking about listing your home for sale, but you're not sure where to start, then stay with me. I'm going to walk you through it. Selling your home can seem like a big undertaking, but I have been helping homeowners just like you since 1997. So with the right tools, you'll feel confident and ready to have your home be placed on the market. In the next few minutes, we're going to go over the key aspects of preparing your home to put it on the market. The first thing is that we're going to need to understand what is going on in the market right now. Where are interest rates? What are the trends? The next thing we're going to have to do is study the comparable sales in your neighborhood. What are the parameters that we use to determine what is actually a comparable sale to your home? Third, we're going to discuss what should be fixed, what should not be fixed. What is your presentation going to be to the public, as is or bright and shiny? The next thing we're going to talk about is reviewing offers and making sure that our buyers are completely qualified, and then how we're going to have smooth sailing to closing and get those contingencies removed, get escrow closed, and get you on to your next step. Understanding what type of market we are in is the first step in evaluating your journey putting your house on the market. So is it a buyer's market where there are a lot of homes for buyers to choose from and homes are sitting on the market a little bit longer, maybe getting 1 to 2 offers? Or is it a seller's market where there are multiple offers on each house listed and the houses are selling for tens of thousands over asking? It's crucial to figure out where exactly you are at this time that you are evaluating putting your home on the market. Other factors that affect what type of market we're in is what are interest rates, elections, the stock market, current news. It's all part of evaluating what kind of market we're in. The second crucial step in preparing your home to enter the market is the presentation of your home. Now, sometimes people want to sell their home as is, and we totally understand that and honor that. And even when you sell your house as is, there are some things that you can do that also are the same if you do some repairs. So, for example, you're moving anyway, you're moving regardless. So you might as well declutter, clean up, clear out, and be ready, because once you do get into escrow, things move very quickly. So you'll be grateful that you have packed all of this stuff up and done your donations and that sort of thing. So let's say you've gone through your home, you have donated things, you have packed things. If it's summertime and you're putting your house up for sale, you're not going to need your winter clothes. You're going to be out of there before winter. Pack up your winter clothes. You can also go around the house and do little fixes. Leaky faucets, running toilets, any peeling paint, that sort of thing, just to do some touch-ups. And replace light bulbs, any light bulbs that are out, scrub down walls, put some fresh plants in the front planter with some bark. Those are just a lot of little things you can do that are not going to cost a lot of money to really make your house shine. And I mean, let's face it, people are willing to pay more money for something when they feel like they can just move in and live happily ever after. So the more little things you can address, even if you have a small budget, the better. Now, some people want to do a big renovation on their house before they put it up for sale. And I respect that and understand that. And I would say for sure you need to consult with your local realtor to make sure that you're not spending money on improvements that you're not going to see a return on, and also that your improvements are not too personal. So we have a comprehensive list, and most realtors do that, a checklist for preparing your house either way. So just take a good look around, consult with your realtor to come up with what will be the best plan for you, what will you get the best return on. The third crucial step is the presentation of your house. Professional photographers in real estate have been around for, gosh, over 20 years now. So your realtor should have a professional photography appointment for your home. Also, a virtual tour. It makes it so easy so that by the time people see your house up for sale, they have already toured it and they're already in on this. They're already interested, so you're not having a lot of looky-loos. You're having real serious buyers. And then other ways your house can be showcased is video walkthrough tours, tours on YouTube. So there's a huge social media presence. You've got Instagram, Facebook, some realtors use TikTok. So all of these combined will equal exposure. And imagine that you are a fisherman and you're going out in the ocean and you want to make the most of your day out in the ocean. How big of a net do you cast? Do you take a small net or a big net? You probably take the biggest net you can possibly get. And that is what social media, video, pictures, that helps to get the word out and to bring people in and have them come tour your house. Pricing is the next crucial step. I'm in Orange County, and for example, in South Orange County, there's housing tracts where the houses are mostly similar. And so you can find similar sales in the neighborhood and you can cumulatively come up with, that's what this model of house is selling for. Now in older neighborhoods where houses are built in the 1950s, that's already almost 80 years old, 70 to 80 years old, a lot of customization's been done, like pools, remodeled kitchens. They have RV parking, boat parking. They're next to a park. They're along a freeway. So you have to really, when you're discussing pricing your home, just use these 3 crucial pieces of information to start off with, okay? What you do is you take your home and you look within a mile and within about 20% of the square footage, bigger or smaller, and things that have sold in the last 3 to 6 months. If there's a lot of sales, then I would go for the shorter period of time, about 3 months. But if there's not that many sales, you might have to go a little bit longer. And that is the foundation, the base for determining what the trend is for the neighborhood for values. And then you can add and subtract based on your upgrades or your as-is, or your location may be desirable or not so desirable. In different parts of the country, a marketable price means a different thing. Here in Orange County, things move very, very quickly. And so people generally, they expect that a house will have a lot of demand when it goes on the market. And if it doesn't have a lot of demand, a lot of people looking at it, you know, people can track online how many people are looking at a house for sale or how many times they've saved it or loved it or shared it with a friend, that sort of thing. There's all sorts of, you know, like an algorithm, ways that these houses' popularity are being measured. Now the location, of course, is very important and the condition of the house is very important, but the price is really a reflection of all of the things. It's like the umbrella. So the better price you have here in Orange County, the more foot traffic you're going to get, the more likes online, hearts, the algorithm, shares on social media, comments, and that is going to increase that fishing net that we talked about and ultimately bring as many people in as possible. And the houses that are priced a little bit below what you think they're going to sell for after you've done your evaluation end up selling for more than what you think that they sold for because you priced it pretty aggressively to begin with. And now you have multiple offers and people are coming out of the woodwork to come and put offers in on this house. Okay, now we've gone through the beginning process of preparing to put your home on the market. We've talked about the condition of the property. We talked about how to determine price and what kind of a market that you're in. Now we have to talk about the plan. What's the plan going to be? A great realtor is going to do most of the work for selling your house before your house even goes on the market. So they're going to have a marketing plan. They're going to know exactly when they're going to have open house, post on social media, provide mailers out to the neighborhood, also promote to their own sphere of influence, their own social media. Your realtor should have a plan, a 90-day plan. And also part of that plan should be built-in price adjustments. And I know that's kind of a bad word, nobody wants to talk about it, but if it's been a few weeks, at least here in Orange County, if it's been a few weeks and no one is even driving by your house slowly, you may have a problem and you've made a big boo-boo and you need to adjust the price of your house. We have a saying here in the office, and that is, hope is not a strategy. You know, you have to have hard facts and get people on their way, because it is exhausting to have your house up for sale. You have to have it clean and ready to show at any moment. And so you really want to pick a winning strategy and a realtor with a marketing plan so you know exactly what is happening. Also, part of that preparation for your house for sale, you need to fill out the disclosures with your realtor so your realtor can know if there's anything wrong with your house. Are you in a fire zone? These are things that are going to derail you later if you do not discuss it ahead of time. Have you had any insurance claims? Are you going to have an issue with someone getting insurance? Or have you made a lot of upgrades that cost you a lot of money that the buyer should know about? Copper plumbing, how old is your roof, that sort of thing. You know, a seller is a partner in the realtor relationship to get this done the most effective way with the least amount of heartache. And that is being prepared. And that's what you should ask your realtor about. How are you going to prepare my house before it even goes on the market? What are we going to do? What's the schedule? When are the open houses? Are you going to follow up with all the realtors that have shown my house? How will I know what they said about my house? So there's a lot to it. This is just the crust of it, but with a great realtor, they'll be able to answer all these questions and show you how they are going to get your house sold. All right, now you have picked the right price, you've picked the best realtor you could pick. Now your house is on the market and you are getting results. People are coming to look at it. They're making offers. Now you might have 1 or 2 offers, maybe 3 or 4. Your realtor is going to have to be tasked with the job of helping you to navigate the offers. How do you respond to these offers? How do you choose one? What do you do? And so a great realtor will be able to take the temperature of what is happening with your house listing and help you come up with a plan. Sometimes the plan is an offer due date. Sometimes the plan is a multiple counter offer. Sometimes the plan is you just have one offer, but you have to have your realtor carefully go through the offers with you, because the last thing you want to do is pick the wrong offer, an offer that isn't really approved and is not going to get financing. Because oftentimes, once you go into escrow with a buyer and you have to put the house back on the market thinks something's wrong with your house, and you're not going to usually get the same response that you did the first time if you have to put the house back on the market. So you really want to avoid that at all costs. So that means a lot of screening to help strategize what the best response is going to be to the offers that you have. All right, now you've picked the best offer. Now you're in escrow, and escrows are usually about 30 days. And the reason why is because we don't want things to start going off the rails after 30 days. You know, the longer of an escrow, the more things that can go wrong. Also, buyers can only lock their interest rate typically, mostly, for up to 30 days. So anything beyond that, and they're going to be out in space with their interest rate. And most buyers like to have the ability to lock the rate and be done with that stressful part of choosing their mortgage. Now the buyers are going to have a home inspection. They're going to have probably an appraisal from the bank. They're going to be reviewing disclosures, and a great realtor, a great listing agent is going to help you get through these things and help you to navigate the inspection. Because sometimes people see things, they fall in love with the house, it's very emotional, it's a beautiful house, and then they have the inspection and they go, oh gosh, you know, there's things that need to happen here and we didn't anticipate that. So this is another opportunity for discussions, possibly negotiations or not. And so a great realtor needs to be able to navigate that with you so that you can have a successful conclusion to any concerns that are brought up during this time. So you've made it. You've made it past the first negotiations. You've resolved any issues with the condition of the property, and now your buyers have removed all of their contingencies. And in California, our contingencies are they're active. They're not passive. So that means that on the contract, everyone signs off on this. So the buyers have signed off on their contingencies. They said, we accept everything, we're approved for our loan, and we are ready to close. And this caused for a small celebration, not a large celebration, not yet. So once the buyer has removed all the contingencies, you can go back to living like a normal person again, because you're not going to have people in and out of your house. And you are going to start packing, you're going to make your moving plans, you're going to call the utility companies, you're going to change your post office address, and all this sort of final devilish details type of things. And a great realtor will have a checklist that will help you just so you don't forget anything, because we've seen things over the years and we don't want you to get caught up in some silly time-consuming thing. So we've got checklists so that you can check off and make sure that you're totally prepared for closing. Then a notary comes to your house and signs the last paperwork with you and notarizes the deed. And we do one more walkthrough with the buyers just to show them anything you'd like to discuss with them, or not. They can just take a walkthrough on their own. And then we close escrow. And that is when it's cause for a large celebration.